Pakistan, the sixth most populous country in the world with its 220 million citizens, is facing a critical housing shortage. In 2017, the province of Punjab alone had a housing gap of 2.3 million units. With the continuing population growth and high rate of emigration to Pakistan's largest province, it is expected to skyrocket to 11.3 million units over the next 3 decades. The country's housing value chain is complicated by many weak links. To be able to deliver formal housing that is affordable to all, both the supply and demand sides must work well. Fragmented and incomplete land records make it difficult for developers to buy land and for banks to underwrite mortgages. Add to this, obstacles related to getting planning and building permits, connecting homes to appropriate infrastructure, and lack of access to financing. On the demand side, the lack of affordable mortgages make it difficult to buy a house. But for the 55 million Pakistanis living below the poverty line, formal housing is out of reach. Half of all urban households live in overcrowded informal settlements with inadequate access to basic infrastructure and services. This huge chunk of the population, whose existing homes are already fast deteriorating, find themselves the most vulnerable to one of the world's most pressing concerns: climate change. Between June and August 2022, Pakistan faced unprecedented heavy rains, bringing widespread flooding and massive landslides. The government declared 84 districts, mostly in the central and southern regions, as calamity hit. The National Disaster Management Authority declared that more than 2.3 million homes were destroyed, 1.7 million hectares of crops were wiped out, and 30,000 schools and 2,000 health facilities were severely damaged. This climate-related catastrophe resulted in 33 million people being severely affected. 21 million, half of which are children, needed life-saving assistance, and 8 million were displaced, with nearly 670,000 individuals moving into relief camps. Pakistan's geography further exacerbates the issue. Faster glacial melting in the northern region simultaneously increases the risk of heavy flooding and the frequency of droughts that largely affect the agriculture sector. Multiple floods in recent years have caused thousands of casualties, and yet, over 80% of the population currently experiences severe water scarcity. Pakistan is only responsible for 0.3% of global carbon emissions, but is clearly one of the main victims of climate injustice. Pakistan will have to navigate previously uncharted paths so it can build sustainable societies that can weather the extremities brought on by the world's evolving weather. And only through innovative and collective efforts can Pakistan pave the way towards climate resilience, protecting its marginalized populations from the impacts of climate injustice.